Good morning. There's been quite a bit of Arsenal news despite the international window in the last 24, 48 hours, and they all revolve around contracts. There's good news and bad news here. Lots of reports saying that Arsenal have not commenced contract negotiations yet with Thomas Partey or Jorginho. Both are out of contract in the summer. I think it's looking increasingly likely that both will sort of follow Kieran Tierney to the exit door at the end of the season. Jorginho looks likely to go to Flamengo in Brazil, and if Thomas Partey hasn't begun contract negotiations yet, it's looking increasingly unlikely he will sign a new deal. But there is some good news for Arsenal, which is that Gabriel and Bukayo Saka have sort of joined Martin Odegaard in the start of contract negotiations with the club. I imagine Richard Garlick will be instrumental in leading those discussions from an Arsenal perspective, as will the new director of football when they come on board. Conversations, by all accounts, at the preliminary stage, so very, very early with Gabriel and Saka. Hopefully, they'll have moved on slightly with Martin Odegaard, given that he started that process a little bit earlier. I think January I brought that news to you. Um, and this is good news for the club because, understandably, and I think this is sort of a concern that everyone really should have. We've got a lot of players, including those three, um, and William Saliba out of contract in a couple of years' time. And Arsenal historically have lost their best players to other sides. Robin van Persie to Manchester United, Ashley Cole to Chelsea, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry. The list goes on of players that have moved on because they didn't feel that their ambitions could be realised at Arsenal. And I think with the season not going as it would have wanted, or we would have wanted as fans, or they would have wanted as players, it's an understandable concern that they would have. I think if you look at William Saliba's comments before the PSV match and then follow it up with this sort of news, it looks like the players are still very much bought in and considering a new contract. And of course, a new contract doesn't prohibit them leaving, but it does make it harder. But I think this is a really good signal that these discussions are happening and shows that the players still seem to believe in the club and believe in Mikel Arteta and believe they can win things here. Of course, preliminary conversations don't mean that contract will be signed. I think William Saliba is the one I'd be most concerned about. Real Madrid, of course, very linked with him, and I suspect at some point he will end up there. But hopefully, we'll get one more contract from him. But as I say, good news for Arsenal. And hopefully we will be able to bring you news in the coming months of them signing. I don't expect it to be a quick and long process. These things often take time. But very good news that Gabriel and Bukayo Saka join Martin Odegaard on beginning conversations around a contract extension at Arsenal. That's all for me. I will speak to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.